Right, so, oh, sorry. Uh, anyway, so can you actually get good sound um, from your inputs without the need of an external mixer? Because what most people do is they'll plug their inputs before they go into OBS into either a digital mixer, or they'll plug them into an analog mixer. Add a few parameters, so some compression, EQ, gain, etc., and then they'll send that into the computer through USB, either through a preamp or through if the mixer itself has a USB out, and then they would send that audio into OBS. And one of the questions that's come through is, even if you plug in just a USB mic, or if you plug something in like a piano or whatever, usually in live sound, you'd be required to, EQ, use a gate to kill the buzz. If it's like a piano or a guitar, there's normally a buzz on the line, because you're using a 1/4-inch jack, and that's common. So you'd want to sort of do things like that, like kill the noise. And a lot of people have said, oh yeah, well, if you get a mixer, you can do that. If you get a digital mixer, you have even more options. You can add, a lot of things. But can you just plug? In this case, I've got a microphone going into a USB preamp. It's an ART, and that USB preamp is plugged directly into my laptop. Am I stuck with that sound? Or can I add stuff to enhance that sound? And the answer is yes. So you can bypass having to get a mixer if you wanted to start straight away, and you don't want to sort of have to spend all this money from the get-go if you're doing podcasts, etc. Whether you go via USB mic or you go via USB preamp, you can get that sound, and I'll show you how. So on the channel that you're using, I'm using mic aux, because that's where I have my USB preamp plugged into. So settings, audio, it's here. And I know it says default, but don't worry, I've told my laptop to set my preamp as the default preamp whenever it's plugged in. So that's why that says default. But I could just pick the preamp from the list. It's that one there. Don't ask me why it says Bro Gibbs. But yeah, it's that particular one. Anyway, so that's my preamp plugged in. And as you can see the volume spiking as I speak. If you go into this option here, and then you go into filters, you'll see at the top here, there we go, you'll see at the top here it says audio filters. Okay, that's better. So you can see I'm still coming through audio filters. All you do is you add, and you've got a series of items that normally this is what people would have added to the sound signal to enhance it, to make it better, to make it sound decent. So you've got your usual, compressor gates, compressor limiters, gain, expanders, what you have here, an ordinary limiter, you've got inversion, polarity inversion. As you can see, there's something here for USB for VSTs. I don't have any VSTs, but I'm pretty sure that means you can pull. Because when you go into it, it gives you a list, or an option for a list. And if you have VSTs and they're recognized, you can pull those VSTs through and utilize them, which is pretty cool. Okay, so I'm just going to pick the gain here quickly. Yeah. And straight away, let's pull this back across. Because someone asked me the other week, well, how do I get more power out of my mic in OBS? And there you go. Simple as that. you just add the gain. Some of these other features here, let's just move this to the side. Right, so some of these other features here, I have a series of videos on this channel where you can look at, what compression is, compressor limiters, compressor gates, and it talks you through the fundamentals of utilizing the different parameters. Once you pick them, the parameters are the same. So you'll have, gain, output gain for if it's a compressor limiter. You'll have the ratio, threshold, you'll have the attack, the release, same thing with the gate. It'll give you those parameters. And yeah, if you want to learn more about using that, I've got a couple of series that I do for each, and you can get a better understanding of how to use the different parameters for whatever it is you're looking to use them for. And I just teach what the parameters do, so you just get that understanding, go away, and then you'll work out what you need to do for whatever application you're using it for, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so this is pretty much what you'd need to do. It's not really that difficult. It's actually pretty straightforward. If there's any questions, as always, just ask in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer or do another video, or whatever needs to be done. But yeah, I hope you guys are smashing it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Just one more thing before I go, with regards to this content that we're doing on this channel. Now that things are opening up, I've had quite a few questions asked to me. I mean, there's been quite a few, not necessarily through YouTube. There's most people that ask me questions know me, so they'll ask me these questions outside, or I get a lot of emails. If there's anything specific you want to know, yeah, just follow suit. Stick a question on any of the videos, or just put a comment on one of the videos. I'll see that comment and I'll respond. Because I don't. This isn't one of those channels where I just churn out content because I'm looking to just churn out content for the sake of doing it. And many of you will know this was developed purely because I want to help people, people who are struggling, etc. So, you might find me go quiet for periods. It's because I assume everybody's happy. And then, all of a sudden I find out there's all these questions in the background. And as things are opening up, there's more and more questions. So I will do videos to answer questions, not necessarily do them just for the sake of doing them, if that makes sense. But yeah, don't shy away from asking me. I'm more than happy to share what I know. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.